In this video, I shall be discussing some of DC's recent movements in terms of their films and live-action properties. Plus, I shall be discussing some of my theories of what could be happening with said properties. But first, let's discuss what we know so far. Warner Brothers has a film already out based on one of their characters that they're planning to make a continuing universe from, which is Man of Steel. And said film has a sequel soon to be announced with a new cast member, with all the other cast members returning as well. That new cast member being Ben Affleck as Batman. But also, it's also been announced that DC are planning to make a Flash film due to come out a year after the Batman vs Superman film. And also that DC has announced several television properties that they're going out. One being Arrow, which is still currently in its second season. They have also announced that The Flash will be appearing in said second series and getting its own spin-off, along with Commissioner Gordon and the DC character Constantine. Which is interesting because there was also rumours of Guillermo del Toro, famous for Hellboy, Pacific Rim and Pan's Labyrinth, making a film called Justice League Dark, which also features Constantine. The first big rumour that was to come out from the Man of Steel sequel is that Lex Luthor was meant to be appearing in it, and he was to be played by Breaking Bad star Bryan Cranston. Mainly due to his looks, I guess. But now more rumours have come out about who will be appearing in the Man of Steel sequel. So far, we have Wonder Woman to be rumoured to have a role. There was also rumours of Robin being in the film, and now it's rumoured to be Nightwing. Which I think, if you have Nightwing being included, could work. You have two characters fighting one, maybe that could possibly work. If the balancing of their character development and roles in the story is done right. But including Wonder Woman could make things very problematic, especially with the fact that you have to introduce her and explain who she is, and if she's going to be a vital role, make her important to the story. That brings me to another subject. Some people say that Man of Steel had dodgy character development, even though I personally disagree with that. But either way, it had to develop Superman, Jor-El, General Zod, Mrs. Kent, Pa Kent, Lois Lane and yada yada yada. It had a lot of characters to develop. But here's the thing. While you may have got rid of characters like Zod, Pa Kent and Jor-El, you still have the rest of the characters to develop from that point onwards. And yet, DC's rumoring of bringing 4 extra characters, which would be Lex Luthor, Batman, Wonder Woman and Nightwing. So you can see where the problems are going to come through. And that problem being that there's going to be too many characters that bounce off each other and do or anything to get in terms of screen time, unless several characters are going to have their roles cut short. But also, let's talk about the TV properties. There's a Commissioner Gordon TV series coming out, so is it going to be in continuity with Batman vs Superman? Is this going to be set in the same world as this Batman? But also, I've heard so many rumours that Green Arrow from the TV show Arrow is going to be appearing in the DC movieverse. Personally, I would like it, but it's going to be very unlikely. I only know of a couple of people that have watched the show Arrow. So even if they do it, you're going to need to introduce him to this universe, whether it be a short amount of time, like a couple of minutes, or even the whole film. Which is the main problem. We've already gotten the introduction to Green Arrow in the show Arrow. So the main problem is you have to reintroduce him to the audience that does watch Arrow, while introducing him to the new audience that haven't watched the show. And speaking of Arrow, I mentioned that The Flash will be getting a TV show, which would spin off from Arrow. And yet DC is also planning a film of The Flash, so is this gonna be connected? Would the Flash TV show just be an introduction to the character while the film would just dive straight into everything? That's the whole thing. Will Batman vs Superman do the same thing? Will it just dive in head first with the introduction of the Batman? Or will it give us a couple of moments to introduce who he is, who this version of him is? And also, this is the same thing with Justice League Dark, as I just mentioned. One of the characters included is Constantine, and there's rumours of DC bringing out a TV show of Constantine, so is that going to be a thing? Are they going to connect as well? Introduce the character of Constantine, then bring everyone else into the frame of Justice League Dark. So yeah, with lots of things going on and too little information, you can see why people like me are kinda confused. Or maybe perhaps they're doing what the DC Comics did, where they had multiple Earths, parallel universes, the movieverse and the TV-verse. So, in short, we have DC trying to launch a movieverse with Superman and Batman, and hopefully try to bring Wonder Woman, Robin, and the Flash into it. And yet, they seem to have another continuity type universe where they have been launching it with Green Arrow, and now they're bringing the Flash into it with maybe even Commissioner Gordon and Constantine. And even more rumours that those two continuities may even intertwine. Is that what could happen? You have those two things separate, then slowly weave into each other? Things get more and more interesting the more you think about it. But hey, I could be talking complete bullshit at this point. We don't know. So yeah, that's my theories about DC's future in terms of their live action properties. What do you think about this? What do you think could happen? Like, comment, share the video, and write what you think could happen. Or maybe there's something I haven't mentioned that could be important. Please let me know.